please stand while the verdict is read. At this time, I'm going to ask the clerk to please publish the verdict.
In the Circuit Court of the 8th Judicial Circuit, in and for Baker County Court, State of Florida versus Rhonda case number 02-2023 CF333. We, the jury, find as follows: as to count one of the information, the defendant is not guilty. We, the jury, find as follows as to count two of the information. The defendant is guilty of third-degree felony murder as charged in the information. We, the jury, find as follows as to count three of the information. The defendant is guilty of leaving a child unattended or unsupervised in a motor vehicle causing great bodily injury as charged in the information. So say we, this 8th day of November 2024, at the Baker County Court, signed by the 4% and the sentence.
Be seated, please. Is either counsel aware of any further proceedings that would require the presence of the jury?
We'd like to have the jury polled, Judge.
Okay. Members of the jury, a request has been made that the jury be polled. The purpose of conducting a poll is to verify that the verdict of the jury is unanimous. Shortly, the clerk will be asking each of you individually if the verdict that was just read is your verdict, and you should respond appropriately, yes or no. I remind you that you are still under oath that you took at the commencement of this trial. The clerk will now conduct the poll of the jury.
Juror number 288, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 48, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 373, is this your verdict? Yes. Juror number 150, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 139, is this your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Juror number 50, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Very well. Any further proceedings involving the jury?
No, Your Honor. No,
Okay,
sir.
very well. Members of the jury, I want to thank each of you for your time and consideration. It's been a week, and it's been a long week, and I know that a lot of the time you sat around and didn't have much to do, but that's just the process. But without the service of jurors such as yourself, the system would not work. And your participation really is just essential to our jury service. I also want to advise you of some very special privileges enjoyed by jurors. Specifically, without a court order, no juror can be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in the jury room. And although you're free to speak with anyone about your deliberations, you are also free to refuse to speak to anyone. The lawyers and their representatives are not permitted to initiate any communications with you about the trial. However, you may speak to the lawyers or anyone else about the trial. You also have the right to refuse to speak with anyone. It will be up to you to decide whether to preserve your privacy as a juror. And again, I do seriously thank you for your service as a juror. And with those instructions, you are discharged from further service. Mr. Bailiff, you may want to escort them back to the jury room. They can pick up their personal effects and whatnot, and then you can escort them from the courthouse as you please. So at this time, again, thank you.
All right.
So here's an update on Rhonda, the babysitter. It's not very clear what the judge or the jury has said because the music is a little loud. But I'm glad she was charged with something. And this has happened in Florida. So upon my research, she's either gets 15 or 25 years, or she will pay a fine. That's what I researched. It's not clear what she will be serving or anything because of, the music's so loud. But, I'm glad she was punished for leaving an innocent child because she didn't mean to kill the child, but she knew what she was doing could eventually lead to killing the child. And but there's no excuse in the world, because how you not gonna know that there's you don't have a baby in the car, and that baby's 10 months. 10 months. It can stay up for about, I think, 5 hours before it needs a nap. So you're gonna know that the child is in the car because it's probably Google Gaga, you know, moving around something. You're just not gonna forget a, a baby. And they make these car seats big as hell anyway. So how you gonna forget that too, right? There's just no way. I don't buy her story, but I do feel that she did not mean to kill the baby. But hey, it is what it is. She did the crime. She's gonna have to do the time. But with this third-degree murder, I'm just hoping it is 25 years instead of 15. But who knows? We won't know for sure. So leave a comment below and tell me what you guys think about Rhonda the babysitter getting third degree murder and not first degree murder. Because honestly, I I honestly think it's I honestly think it's first degree, but it was not premeditated. As to, you know, it's confirmed. So third degree. So just leave your thoughts below and tell me what you think. Have a great day, YouTube.